Hey, Mark.
Hey,
So, trying to sell a tenanted property and dealing with tenants today it's getting pretty dangerous.
it is. And look what happened in Hamilton, where one landlord walked through the property and killed his tenant. And it
Yes.
wasn't over rental arrears, it was over the state of the property. Our laws are out of control in this province of Ontario. Look
Yeah.
at it. So,
Apparently, it was a 27-year-old and 28-year-old that were engaged. They were shot, gunshot wounds, and then the landlord himself barricaded himself inside the house and he got shot.
yeah, that's incredible. And
Isn't that terrible? And apparently, yeah, it wasn't about paying, it was about the state of the home. I guess he was complaining that the house was in trouble, like not being taken care of, right?
absolutely. But you know what? You've been a landlord. I've been a landlord for many years and times. Yes, it's a great way to build wealth, but holy shit, you have a hard time today staying committed to that business because the tenants have a blank check. They can do what they want. They don't have to leave. They can destroy your property. They can do anything they want to do and nothing happened. That's the frustrating part. Tell me about the issue that you just did a deal on one of your properties. So let's hear this little outcome.
Well, it's a tenanted property and we've told them we're selling it and they have to leave. And they basically keep telling us that they're not going to leave.
Yeah.
And we explain that, you're going to get an N12 when the property is sold in 60 days. Well, we've talked to a lawyer and there's a process. And I said, well, if you have to leave, you have to leave. Somebody's moving in. Well, you still have to take us to court.
Right. So there's the problem. So a landlord goes to sell their property. Let's just say your client, the landlord, was in financial problems.
He is.
He is. Okay. So he's stressed to the max. You might as well say he's stressed.
Hey, you want to do a shout out? Do a shout out.
Yes. Shout out. If you like this information, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe.
Okay. So he's stressed.
Very stressed.
He's stressed to the max.
Right. So and these tenants know that, okay, it's a process. Great. We fill the paperwork. You're N12. That means garbage, basically. Great. You got to leave. Or it's really saying we've sold the property. Come the closing date. They're still there. Nothing's packed. Then you got to apply to the landlord tenant board for an eviction, which could take 6 weeks. Then you have to get it executed.
Mark, it's taking 6 to 8 months to get the date. You need a full court date. It's 6 to 8 months that they don't pay rent, and they know it.
They stop paying rent. Some jurisdictions have speed up, but let's go with the 6 months because that's probably more realistic in a big center like Barrie in Simcoe County. So 6 months, rent free, boom. Now your guy's underwater financially because they've stopped paying rent. His mortgages, the lenders all over him, probably started power sale proceeding. Got 3 months to get that back in good standing. Can't do it. Boom. Property goes.
And the buyer's gone. My buyer's going to be gone.
Buyer goes by. So tell me about what your buyer put in there. What the buyer put in that Schedule A.
He put in there that if we do not have concrete evidence that they're leaving by a certain date, that he can walk away and get his deposit back.
So we're seeing more of that today because we all know that these properties sit and everyone's scared of them because they're not leaving. And now people are putting, if it's not, we don't see evidence, bye-bye, take care, I'm going to go buy another property.
And if you're selling a tenanted property, you're getting 50 to 100,000 below market value. It sits there. You can't, it's terrible. And you got to give it away to get rid of it. And that's it, Mark.
All right. Talk later. See you.